Most drivers think their cars are fine. They drive normally and follow the rules. But the truth, many are slowly destroying their vehicles without even realizing it. Not with reckless driving, not with abuse, but with tiny, everyday habits. Routines so small and normal that we barely notice them. If you drive an automatic, there's a high chance you're doing at least one of these habits right now. Every time you do, you're silently wearing down critical systems. Your transmission, your fuel system, and your air conditioning. The scary part, there are no warning signs, no unusual noises, and no warning lights. Until one day, your car forces you to notice, with a repair bill that can reach $3,000, $4,000, or more. Today, we're breaking down 10 common mistakes that are quietly destroying automatic cars across the U.S. Some are small, some are shocking, and the final ones are the most expensive mistakes, yet the easiest to prevent. Pay attention. One small change could save thousands of dollars and add years to your car's life. Mistake 10. Misusing the AC recirculation button. You know that little button in your car with the circular arrow? Most drivers have no idea what it really does. In American cars, it's one of the most misunderstood controls. On a blazing hot day, many people turn on the AC and leave it in fresh air mode. That means the system is constantly trying to cool 90 or 100-degree outside air, instead of recycling the already chilled air inside the cabin. The result? Your AC compressor works overtime. Its lifespan shrinks. Fuel consumption rises. And sometimes, before 60,000 miles, the compressor breaks entirely just because drivers never use recirculation. Replacing it can cost $800 to $1,500, just for getting one button. But here's the twist. Leaving recirculation on all the time is also a mistake. It traps moisture, fogs up windows, and reduces defrosting efficiency in cold weather. The rule is simple. Hot weather. Use recirculation to cool faster and protect the compressor. Cold or humid weather. Switch to fresh air to prevent moisture and maintain visibility. Your AC was never designed to fight outside heat constantly. Treat it right, and it will last years longer. Mistake 9. Driving with a nearly empty gas tank. This one is dangerous, and most drivers don't even know it. Modern American cars house the fuel pump inside the tank, and it relies on gasoline to stay cool and lubricated. Run low constantly and you're essentially running the pump dry. It overheats, wears faster, and fails early. And that's not the only problem. When the tank is nearly empty, silt and debris at the bottom get stirred up and travel through your fuel system. That can cause engine misfires, rough idling, clogged injectors, blocked fuel filters. Fuel pump replacement, $400, $800. Damaged injectors? Easily $1,000 plus. In cold climates, low fuel increases moisture in the tank, which can freeze fuel lines and leave you stranded. Keeping your tank at least a quarter full isn't just convenient. It protects your fuel pump, keeps your engine reliable, and prevents unnecessary stress on your transmission. Mistake 8. Ignoring warning lights. Every dashboard light exists for a reason. And ignoring them? That's how minor problems turn into thousands of dollars disasters. A check engine light might be as simple as a loose gas cap, or it could warn of low oil pressure, overheating transmission, malfunctioning oxygen sensors, engine misfires. These lights are not suggestions, they're lifelines. Ignoring them is one of the leading causes of roadside breakdowns in the U.S., according to ALA. The transmission temperature light warns you before costly damage happens. The oil pressure light tells you when lubrication is failing, which can destroy an engine in minutes. The battery light warns you of charging problems that could leave you stranded. Act on them immediately, and you can avoid thousands in repairs. Wait too long, and it could cost more than your car payment. And while most drivers ignore these warnings, the next mistake silently kills transmissions every day. Yet almost nobody realizes it. Mistake 7. Revving a cold engine. Every winter, countless drivers start their cars on cold mornings and rev it like they're on a racetrack. It's one of the fastest ways to destroy an engine. Cold oil hasn't fully circulated. Revving now causes metal-on-metal contact, stressing pistons, camshafts, valves, and bearings. Transmission fluid is thick and slow-moving when cold. Repeated revs can damage the drivetrain. The proper method? Start the car, let it idle for 30-60 seconds, then drive gently for the first few miles. Only once everything is warmed up should you use full power. A few minutes of patience can save thousands in repairs and extend your engine's life dramatically. Mistake 6. Leaving your car in drive on hills. You're going downhill. You think you're safe. You keep the car in drive, lightly pressing the brakes. It feels normal, routine, efficient. But here's the hidden danger. Every second you do this, your brakes and transmission are silently dying. You don't see it. You don't hear it. But the damage is real and expensive. Brake pads overheat and wear out faster than normal. Rotors warp or glaze. Transmission fluid breaks down, losing its ability to protect your transmission. Automatic transmissions weren't designed for this kind of abuse. That's why lower gear modes exist, L2, S, or low. They allow the engine to slow the car, taking the strain off brakes and transmission. The fix is simple, but it saves thousands. Shift into a lower gear on steep descents. Let the engine control your speed. Your brakes last longer, your transmission stays healthy, and you remain in control. One small habit change here can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars in future repairs. Mistake 5. Driving through deep water. A puddle, a flooded road, or a shallow stream. It looks harmless, but this mistake is silent, sneaky, and devastating. Automatic transmissions have vents to relieve pressure, often right on the transmission case. Drive through deep water, and it gets sucked in. The results are catastrophic. Transmission fluid turns milky, losing all lubrication. Clutch packs weaken. Slippage becomes inevitable. And here's the kicker. Draining the fluid doesn't always fix the problem. I've seen drivers think their car was fine, only to wake up the next day with no reverse gear. One rebuild? Over $4,000. Rule of thumb. Never drive through deep water unless your vehicle is designed for it. Water and oil do not mix, and your transmission pays the price. Mistake 4. Skipping oil changes. This one seems obvious, but ignoring it is one of the most expensive mistakes a driver can make. Engine oil isn't just fluid in a bottle. It's the lifeblood of your engine, cooling, cleaning, and lubricating thousands of moving parts. Skip it, and the damage is invisible, until it's catastrophic. I've opened engines with thick sludge-coating moving parts, smoothed camshafts, tar-like deposits covering valve covers. Many drivers assume, if it runs, it's fine. That assumption can cost thousands. I've seen cars stall on the freeway because a $50 oil change was skipped. Engine replacement? Nearly $4,000. Most vehicles need oil changes every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, depending on driving conditions. Even synthetic oil has a lifespan. Always follow your owner's manual, not social media advice. Clean oil should look clear and smell neutral. Dark, burnt oil? That's a red flag. Ignore it, and you're destroying your engine. Silently, every single mile. Mistake 3. Ignoring transmission fluid. Most drivers never think about transmission fluid until it's too late. Contrary to what your car's brochure claims, transmission fluid doesn't last forever. Just like engine oil, it degrades over time, becomes contaminated, and slowly loses its ability to cool and lubricate the moving parts inside your transmission. You've probably seen the term lifetime fluid in manuals. Don't fall for it. That lifetime is only as long as the transmission lasts, and if you trust it blindly, you're shortening that lifespan. As the fluid deteriorates, it turns into a gritty, abrasive slurry. It picks up metal shavings from natural wear, loses its heat control properties, and starts destroying the transmission it's supposed to protect. The fix is simple. Check the fluid regularly. Healthy transmission fluid should be brilliant red or light amber, smelling clean, not burnt. Dark brown or burnt-smelling fluid. That's a warning sign. Most automatic transmissions in the U.S. require fluid changes every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, depending on driving style and vehicle design. I've opened transmissions with barely 100,000 miles on them and found gunk so thick you could wipe it with a cloth. The owners always say, "The dealer told me it never needed changing." And now, they're facing a $3,500 rebuild. If your car doesn't have a dipstick, have a professional check it. But don't assume it's magically fine. Symptoms like slipping shifts, delayed engagement, or burnt fluid smell are signs that your transmission is in trouble. Don't wait. Replace the fluid as soon as possible. Mistake 2. Warming up your car the wrong way. Many drivers think leaving their car idling for 10 minutes is good for the engine. It's not. In modern cars, extended idling is inefficient and damaging. Engines and transmissions warm up faster when you drive gently right away. Idling wastes fuel, causes carbon buildup, and barely warms the transmission fluid. Cold transmission fluid is thick. Thick fluid doesn't flow properly, delaying shifts and creating extra stress inside your transmission. The correct approach: start the car, wait about 30 seconds. Drive gently for the first few miles. Avoid heavy throttle, sudden launches, or high revs. This warms your engine and transmission evenly, circulates fluids properly, and prevents premature gearbox wear. Mistake 1. Driving hard. Before the transmission is warm. This is the most common and most damaging mistake. Transmissions run on hydraulic fluid. Cold fluid is thick. It hasn't reached all the gears, clutches, and valves yet. Flooring the throttle immediately after a cold start starves these components of lubrication at the exact moment they are under the most pressure. Gears, clutch packs, pistons, and bearings are forced to work without protection. Even modern adaptive transmissions cannot compensate for a cold drivetrain being pushed too hard. The fix is simple. Start the car and let fluids circulate. Drive smoothly and gently until the temperature gauge begins to rise. Think of it like stretching before a workout. Your car needs to warm up before you push it hard.